Wrestling friends, to another edition of Smarknado. I'm your host, Eric Druckman. With me, as always, the dirty Danaconda, Dan, the goddamn ice cream man, Sesnet. Dan,
Oh, man. What an introduction. That was unexpected. Yeah, things are everything's coming up Cessnat right now. I'll just put
I
it
think
that way.
I think so, man. And why don't you tell everybody about your new society?
Yeah, no, I've begun my ice cream venture. I think I said a couple of weeks back that I was starting something new soon, and that is what it is. It's called uh, the Scoop Society. I'm making homemade ice cream for samples currently, but available for purchase soon enough. Um, but I'm really excited about it. I have some really cool flavors with some really cool inspirations, and I'm excited to share it. But if you want to check out the Instagram, that is Society of Scoop. Definitely check it out. It's really fun, man. I'm enjoying myself a lot. So thanks for the early plug.
Absolutely, man. Happy for you. I'm so, you know, elated to see you trying to chase your dreams. I know you got some inspiration around you. You got the big bump from our local star friend, Brian Pluchak, Pizza by Plu.
Yep.
So yeah, a lot of good things coming up, man. I'm very happy. And just to put you on the spot, I think that we should talk over at some point some wrestling flavor, whether it has to be named after like a wrestling move or a wrestler themselves. I think maybe we should come up with something wrestling inspired for.
I've definitely thought about it. It's on the list. I have a few flavors on deck that I'm going to try out. I'm just trying to perfect a few right now. Um, but generally, I think I have a Bret Hart inspired flavor that I'm thinking about doing. So I'll tell you something a little bit about that once.
Maybe that should be the chocolate covered strawberry.
Maybe, man. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but I know that I want to do a Bret Hart inspired flavor because I know that he is the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. So, uh, that's what I want my ice cream to be.
Hell yeah, man. I think that's great. And, I think maybe the description of that said flavor should have some sort of jab to Goldberg.
Oh, absolutely.
It should insult Goldberg at least just a little bit.
Yeah, no, I'm sure that the carton design will have a shot at old Bill.
Yeah. Old Bill. All right. So we're here this time to talk about wrestling. I'd rather not talk about football because, well, my real team is a pile of shit. And then also, my fantasy teams haven't started off the way I would like. It's not too bad, but yeah, not worth the conversation. All out is worth the conversation, guys.
Well, I haven't hit a parlay all year, so I'll just put it that way. That's how football's going for me.
Bro, I haven't we follow the same bets page. I haven't taken any of the Cody Brown bets, and it doesn't look like any of his bets are necessarily hitting either.
He has not been hot this year, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. So
but even even the parlays I've been cooking up myself have just been off by a little bit, just here and there, man. It's just
bro. I think we should stop with player props and start doing like spreads.
Money lines and spreads are where it's at, man.
Yeah,
the player props are too diabolical. I can't.
Even the most like simple ones that you think would be a lock.
Touchdown props are fun because you usually get decent odds on them.
Yeah, but fair. Anyway, yeah, let's start off this WrestlePalooza with our recap of All Out. Oh, did I say WrestlePalooza? That was a show that happened this weekend. I didn't watch it.
No, me neither.
One thing I will say though is I will try to watch Stephanie Vaquer versus Io Sky because I hear nothing but great things and I have nothing but respect for those two women and what they do. Apparently, it was a match of the year candidate. I will see it for myself.
Okay.
So, Dan, I think you should watch it too, man. You like both of those women.
I'm
We
a
get to watch the show.
I'm a huge fan of both of them, and I will try to watch the match if it's genuinely a match of the year contender, which I'm sure that the two of them can put on.
Yeah.
I will make an effort to watch it, even though I'm generally boycotting WWE.
Same here. But dude, how funny is it that ESPN.com rated WrestlePalooza as like a bad show?
Like a C, I think
It
they
was like
gave
a
it.
C. Yeah.
Not a great start.
I think that's hilarious, dude. And
Did
apparently they
anything?
trashed Raw too.
I mean, the product's not good.
It's
Like,
not at all. And just to add a cherry on top, I read this today also. Booker T said that WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia is bad for the business all around.
oh well, that's the
Someone
first
that
smart
works for
thing
them.
Booker T's ever said.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
Uh,
A lot of bad for WWE. We didn't even cover it that WrestleMania was going to be in Saudi Arabia.
we
All
should
these
chat about
indie
that.
wrestlers.
What are your feelings on that?
I think it is such a fucking mistake, man, especially because of all the tourism that WrestleMania brings. You can't really expect a lot of people to want to come to Saudi Arabia to do that. Like I imagine that there will be a satellite WrestleMania weekend for like the indies and shit like that. That's going to take place in like New York or LA.
It's a slap in the face to the whole industry. And while I'm not generally for this, I think AEW should counter program them with a huge weekend in the States for the indie wrestling community and things of that nature.
Dude, how about a huge weekend in London, the place that actually deserves a WrestleMania, the international place that actually deserves a WrestleMania?
It's an interesting thing to think about if AEW would have the balls to counter program a Saudi show, because you're right, the tourism's going to go down. Like, people aren't going to go there.
Yeah,
they're just not.
they're the revenue they're going to bring in is just from like the fucking filthy rich Saudi government. It's they but so they're probably going to make just as much as if they were anywhere else, if not more.
Oh, they're not going to lose money on this.
Yeah,
deal.
no,
I'm just saying,
like,
it's
nobody's going to want to travel
the industry.
Yeah, and it's just it is a huge fucking slap in the face. It's selfish. It's gross too that like they went ahead and did this after snatching a WrestleMania away from New Orleans and just going back to Vegas this year. And instead of even considering New Orleans for the next one as a make good, they're like, nah, suck our fucking dicks. We're going to Saudi Arabia. We're going to take that blood money.
It's going to be a lot of money. And it's, I don't think I'm going to watch.
They're making a terrible fucking mistake. Like, this is just we're witnessing in all aspects of our life late stage capitalism to the max.
Very late stage. It's terrifying.
It's the absolute fucking max.
Yeah.
And Triple H is just, he doesn't give a fuck at all. Like Triple H used to be the guy that was like could have been the savior of WWE. And you know what? I hate to say it, but you can say to me, I told you so in regards to Triple H, because I was the one that was always like, we have a chance with him. He's the one that can truly save the WWE once Vince is out, and he's left to his own devices. He can really make something happen. And I think he did for like
6 months. I was going to say 6 months to a year, realistically, of really good stuff. And then it got progressively worse right after that.
Yeah, it's a pile of fucking shit. And
I don't watch, so I practice what I preach. If I know I'm not going to like something or I'm not going to enjoy it, I'm just not going to watch it. I don't watch it, and my life is better for it. I'm not going to lie.
I agree with that, but just going back to that point, I do think we should watch the women's title match. because it was
I
so
will.
good, and we like those women so much.
I will. I'll support those two. That's fair.
Yeah. All right. So of course we're here for All Out. That's what we actually watched this past weekend. Tailgate Brawl. I don't think you didn't watch it, right, Dan?
I did not watch Tailgate Brawl. I didn't even realize that shit happened. I was at work all day. I didn't watch the show live, but I have since watched it twice. So
yeah. There you go. My only takeaway from the Tailgate Brawl was Daniel Garcia and Shibata was an awesome match, and of course, it ended with Daniel Garcia just showing off his new ruthless heel style as a new member of the Death Riders, and he curb stomped the OG curb stomp, not the Seth Rollins curb stomp. He curb stomped Shibata.
okay.
Curb stomp I'm talking about that Garcia does. It starts off with an STF setup. No, it's kind of like a Regal stretch setup.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
Then you grab the back of their arms and you stomp their face down.
Yep. No, I know it. It's a good move. It's a definitely.
Yeah, it was a move that was made famous by Super Dragon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good homage.
So I like that as a heel finish for Daniel Garcia.
Uh-huh.
Personality he has. What do you think overall of Daniel Garcia joining the Death Riders?
I'm okay with it. It puts him on TV every week. I don't want to say he's a good lackey because that sounds like a negative connotation, but I think he fits the role well of being able to be manipulated, especially a guy that's done nothing similar to Wheeler Yuta in that he's done nothing of note, really. The TNT Championship run was brief and he did a lot of losing. So it fits the, trope, I guess.
Yeah, it fits the story about like he was losing all these matches for a reason, and this is the reason. Like he snapped and had to make a change here. Because I do think that if he did stay in the babyface role for a while, doing what he was doing, he was kind of treading water for a bit. He wasn't really being able to break that ceiling to the other, upper mid card level, or even, main event level.
I don't think it's good. This is going to turn him into a main event level wrestler by any stretch. And that's not being negative on him. I think he is what he is, and he's very good at it. He had a real deep connection with the fans, so that's why the heel turn kind of hurt. I don't think it was a well done heel turn. It was kind of just randomly not at a pay-per-view, just on a Dynamite. But
I think that the intention of this heel turn is to elevate him. And
I hope it does.
Is try to get him to the next level, because if he does simply just become, like you said, a lackey for Moxley, then this whole thing was a waste of time. If the thought in mind should be for this is that, they want Garcia to break through and be able to, be taken seriously as a top of the card guy. And I think that this turn, if they do it right, they need to give him some credible wins and some credible feud wins too.
Well, here's what I see this heel turn as. Here's an opportunity to turn him into the next Jon Moxley. You have that. He's younger. He's capable. They're going to need somebody for the future to fill that mold.
Yeah.
Right? Have that Moxley, that badass tough guy. And this is his chance to do it. And I hope he succeeds. I genuinely want him to. I'm scared that he,
Yeah, and I think that this time with Moxley too, we could see a real nasty streak from Garcia, of him becoming real vicious in the ring, like Moxley. So,
sure,
looking forward to it overall.
Okay.
But this show opened up with the match that I thought was actually going to be the main event, considering they were in Toronto. The Toronto boys, Cage and Copeland, against FTR. Dude, I thought this was an awesome match.
I think this was the right placement to bring them out first, because it didn't have the cachet to be a main event, in my opinion. but it did have the cachet to be an opening match.
I feel like it had the cachet to be a main event in the same way that it happened like in '97 for Calgary Stampede, when the 10-man tag was the main event of that pay-per-view.
I don't know, man. I think it diminishes Hangman's title reign if you don't have him as the main event. The World Championship should be the main event.
Yeah, fair.
But this was a fantastic old school wrestling match. You know, it had all the makings of a dream match for everybody. I liked the Beth Phoenix debut, edition. I thought it was really cool.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was cool too. I thought that she looked great. I love that she took out Stokely.
Had to have an equalizer.
Yeah, talk about an equalizer right there. Yeah, absolutely. Shit, man, this was such a good match, and I loved every single minute of it. And I love that Christian is just kind of staying consistent with his asshole heel character.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I was definitely a big fan of a lot of the post-match stuff too. Beth taking the spike pile driver and, them sort of being, continuing the feud a little bit. I think that there was still meat on the bone.
We definitely saw this before with Edge.
Yeah.
I feel like, didn't this happen with like him and Rollins, I want to say?
Maybe. I can't remember.
Where somebody took out Beth and he was like, oh, I think it was Orton.
Maybe. That seems right.
Yeah. But yeah, I like that this feud isn't ending yet. We are going to see another match between these two teams. I wonder what it's going to elevate to, maybe like a Texas death match or something like that.
Probably something, or a cage match.
Mm-hmm. All right, next we had Big Bill against the returning Mad King, Eddie Kingston. Came to the ring wearing a Dusty Rhodes tribute shirt, Terry Funk tribute shirt that normally says Dusty sucks eggs. Instead, it said Claudio sucks eggs.
Yes, he's worn that shirt before, particularly on the Indies. I'm a big fan. Huge pop for Eddie on his return. And he looks really good in the ring. Like, he looks back in ring ready shape, with the exception of that finish.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't sure if you were going to say it. He definitely whiffed.
Yeah.
And the commentary team was like, I think he caught Big Bill at the bottom of the jaw. I think when you whiff like that, you just go for it again. Yeah. I don't know what he was thinking there, but I think what he was thinking was Big Bill sold it regardless.
Yeah. It happened so fast. I didn't even notice the whiff and at first because I wasn't like super focused on it at the moment. But in retrospect, it was not good. But the match, the match was really good. I like the addition of Hook and Eddie. I think that Eddie's got enough charm and charisma in him to make Hook seem less of a charisma vacuum, maybe.
Yeah, I like this as well. I remember the Hook promo that happened before this happened that was like, I'm going to go at it alone, or am I? And obviously we got an answer here with Eddie Kingston. And I think that Eddie can help bring some personality out of Hook. And I like that. I think these two are going to play off each other really well. And I think that they shouldn't expand it beyond this duo. I think that they should just stay a duo and just not really expand the group at all. And,
Yeah, I hadn't even thought about who I would add if I were to add anybody. I like the duo. It's fine that way.
Yeah, for sure. Tables and Tax match, grudge match of the night, Mark Briscoe and MJF. I love the white collar wins shirt by MJF. I think it also needs to be mentioned that the night before this match, MJF dropped the CMLL middleweight title to Mystico.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yep,
Okay.
yeah, and apparently that was a really good match, and also bloody. But
Okay.
you knew that this was going to be a very violent match by the fact that both of these guys were wearing white.
Yeah, you knew you knew people were going to bleed, obviously, with that many tacks. How they bled and what they did was really good. It was very Briscoe, and I'm really glad that he ended up pulling out the win.
Yeah, I was too. I'm glad that Max put him over like this. This was a great match to do that, and like I think Mark Briscoe has definitely been elevated from this feud. I don't quite know if he's main event, but he feels a lot more important now.
This was the biggest win of his AEW career by far.
Yeah,
By far, and it was just fantastic for him. I cheered, in my living room for sure.
I love that he hit the J Driller at the end too.
Yep.
Yep. Wow, bloody, bloody, bloody stuff. Bowens and Caster were backstage. I'm really happy to see that it looks like the Acclaimed are going to get back together, man.
I think it's been good. Who knew that of the two, Max Caster would be the more over, coming out of the breakup, like in the long term. But I'm all for them, getting back together. I don't necessarily think they need a manager to do it. I think that they should just do it on their own. But it's going to be good.
Mm-hmm. And I also thought, even though this is totally the Acclaimed storyline right here, I thought that Blake Christian has really improved on the microphone and did really well. Like,
Absolutely.
his part, yeah, like what I saw from him. All right, so it was our 6-man tag team match next. The Demand, Ricochet, Toa Leona, Bishop Khan against the Hurt Syndicate, Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and MVP. I thought this was a great match, and I thought that the right team won too, because I felt like the Demand, now known as the Demand, Ricochet, and the Gates of Agony really needed something.
I thought this match was super fun. I thought them putting the Demand over was wild. I didn't think that the Hurt Syndicate was going to lose like that.
Well, if anyone's going to take the pin, it's MVP.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's still big, right?
Yeah.
Like they're not a group that does that often, that loses. So to put them over on a stage like that is really, really strong.
Mm. Hell yeah, man. Yeah, I loved it. All right, next we have for the TBS Championship, Riho against Mercedes Monet. This was what it was. I mean, I thought it was a good match. I mean, it nothing at this point in Mercedes Monet's reign. Like, how's it? What's it been like over a year at this point that she's had the TBS Championship?
Yes.
You gotta put people in there that really give you the fear of she might lose the title. I think Riho is a perfectly acceptable opponent, like for a Dynamite or something. But for a pay-per-view, I just think at this point, Mercedes truly needs people in there where you totally think that they can beat her.
I know that Riho is not intimidating, but she is very over with a large portion of the AEW.
I know, but is she believable? I'm not even saying that based on her stature, but like she hasn't been back on TV long enough to build equity with the fans to really believe that she could be somebody that beats Mercedes.
Okay, so if not Riho, and I'm just kind of playing devil's advocate. I really liked this match. I thought it was really good. I think Riho is really super talented.
Yeah.
But who are you putting in there if not Riho? Who's your pick?
I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head, but I just, Riho is just kind of coming in off the street. At least Alex Windsor had like won matches and won like a 4-way in order to get her match with Mercedes, and like she had already built herself up, but like I didn't really see that from Riho.
Yeah, there was no build to the match. Truly, I'll give you that. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
It was totally fine, and I think Mercedes always shows up during pay-per-views. That's for sure. Puts on good performances. All right, so we had three-way match: Okada versus Takeshita versus Mascara Dorada. Fuck, man, this was awesome, and I thought that if you're gonna make this a triple threat, when it was Mascara Dorada versus Black Taurus or whatever his name,
Beast Mordos.
I was hoping Dorado would win because I felt like he'd be the one that would work with those two the best.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and definitely showed it off here. And this is a match that I definitely am going to go back to and watch again. There are so many great moments here. What did you like about it?
I liked the tension and the storytelling between Okada and Takeshita. Obviously, the physicality was there. That was fun and great, and it was a well-worked match. And Okada and Takeshita constantly proved they're two of the best in the world. Dorada showed out. I just really enjoyed the psychology of the match.
I did too. Now, question is: Are they announcing the Continental Classic soon? Are we coming up around that?
I'd have to look back. I'm not sure exactly when it was last year, but it's got to be coming up soon. Give me a second.
Was it last year at this time?
Close to 2020. Beginning after November's Full Gear pay-per-view and culminating in World's End in late December. So yeah, they should be approved.
Yeah, we got some time, don't we?
A little bit.
I was gonna say a great way to go about these two is like they win their respective blocks and they meet in the final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takeshita going over Okada would be huge. Kind of a passing of the torch, especially after winning G1 this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be interesting because obviously Takeshita has the big championship match too for the IWGP title. All right, next we have the coffin match: Jon Moxley versus Darby Allin. Yep, this was very, very bloody. I think that Moxley was jealous of what Briscoe and MJF did.
Oh, definitely. He was like,
I want to be the belle of the ball. So he fucking gigged himself all over the head and in his shoulder and stuff, just so he could be a fucking bloody mess.
This match was just okay for me. I understand what it is, but again, it's another match that didn't end a feud.
Yeah, I just kind of get taken out when they feud in the crowd, when they fight in the crowd. I think like the live fan experience, that's super exciting. But I don't know, when I'm watching at home, it's just like they're just fighting in this space where they can't do a lot of stuff, and it's just
Yeah, it's one thing to be an Anarchy in the Arena match. It's another thing to just do it every match, and that seems to be Mox's MO.
Yeah. That's a style that was made famous in Memphis.
Yeah.
It's like brawling in the crowd and like, using weapons and shit like that.
Yes.
But I think we kind of expected Darby to win here. At least I did. But we're going to get more from this feud, obviously. Mm-hmm. Moxley ended up winning because a lot of interference from the Death Riders, including a return from a now clothed Pac.
A now clothed and short-haired Pac.
Yeah. It's just like, I know he had short hair, but for me, it was just kind of like, this guy hasn't worn clothes in years.
I thought it was, it got a big pop for me. I liked the return. I thought it was very fitting. I thought he did his job. I thought it was I like him as part of the Death Riders. He's vicious, and I like that comeback.
Yeah, maybe he can be someone to like go with Daniel Garcia too. Show him the ropes of being a bastard. But yeah, I liked it in that like we're gonna see more. I think Darby's gonna like go through all the Death Riders one by one before he gets the Mox. I'm gonna see
Probably.
something like that happen, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely lays itself out right for that.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I think you're gonna get your wish, Dan. We're gonna
What's
get a
that?
return on Wednesday. Someone
Okay.
that's teaming with the conglomeration.
Yes. Whatever.
So whatever. Who do you think that is?
AEW is just better with Orange Cassidy and Eddie Kingston. Isn't that true?
Yes.
It's just a better place,
We're getting it in the same week.
which is absolutely
returns in the
incredible.
same week.
They've both been out for so long.
Yeah.
I just can't wait for the promo Eddie's going to cut on Wednesday.
Remember for a while we were just like, damn, Orange Cassidy is just having these banger matches every single week.
He was the workhorse of AEW for a long time with that international title.
Absolutely. I'm excited, man. And big shocker of the night, AEW Women's World Championship.
Yeah.
We had Jamie Hayter, Tekla, Tony Storm defending, and coming out on top, Chris Statlander, who won with the seatbelt pin that Wheeler Yuta so often uses. So that's kind of alluding to something there. I think we're going to get Stat in the Death Riders, unfortunately.
Maybe not. But I was really excited about this title change, and you know how much I and you love Tony Storm, but it was time. It was okay. I was just surprised that it wasn't Hayter.
I was surprised it just happened so abruptly, you know? I just feel like Tony Storm, how she's been portrayed, I kind of expected some sort of spectacle that would have gone down with her title loss. But at the same time, this is professional wrestling, and things happen like that sometimes, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely weird. I don't think that Stat is more over than Tony Storm by any stretch of the imagination.
I don't think anyone's more over than Tony Storm.
But I think Stat has been a workhorse for that division for a really fucking long time. And I think this was sort of I don't want to say like a lifetime achievement award, but I think it was a you've really rocked it for a long time and you deserve this run. And yes. I think she's going to turn heel too.
You think that Stat's going to turn heel?
I do.
Yeah.
I think we need a heel champion in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she could fill that role really well, especially if she does align herself with the Death Riders in some shape, form, or fashion.
It's definitely how it's looking, man. Definitely how it's looking. It's going to be devastating when she cracks Harley Cameron's head open.
Yeah. That's a good way to turn heel. Harley is beloved.
Yes. All right. So AEW World's Tag Team Championship. Brodito. Oh, for a ladder match, by the way. Brodito, Jet Speed, Young Bucks, Josh Alexander, and Hechicero, the tag team that I never knew I needed, but I'm glad they exist.
This was my favorite match of the night.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
And my favorite move of the night was the Gonzo bomb on the ladder from Brody King to Speedball.
Oh,
yeah. The one that basically took him out of the match. It was towards the end of the match, but it was just absolutely fucking brutal.
Oh my God, man. This thing was just a car crash. This might have been my favorite, ladder match of the year.
It was definitely the most entertaining match of the night. I will say we'll talk more about the main event, obviously, but that was probably the best match of the night.
Yeah. Wasn't there a tag team ladder match that happened at WrestleMania?
I don't remember.
SmackDown tag titles. Well, it wasn't very good.
Couldn't have been.
Definitely wasn't as good as this. But yeah, man, I felt really bad for Hechicero during this match. I feel like he got fucked a bunch of times.
Yo, he took some wild bumps.
Yes.
But he's got a hard head, I guess.
I felt especially bad for him because I know that these are the type of matches that, like, he probably has very limited experience in.
I don't know, man. They have ladder matches in Mexico, I assume.
Do they? I never see it.
I don't know. Neither do I, but I assume they do.
All right. So backstage, Darby Allin does his best Kane impression on JR and tries to light Jon Moxley on fire. Little hijinks back there. Of course, people got to him in time, and they got to take it out. But Moxley definitely enjoyed being on fire. He definitely requested, "Hey, Darby, how about you light me on fire later?"
What do you think it's like being married to Jon Moxley?
I think that there has to be something a little off or weird about Renee that we don't know about.
Right?
That we don't know about. That's not seen on screen, or like there's got to be something kind of wild about her.
There's got to be, man, because like that dude there's something fucking wrong with him.
There really is.
Like, and he's stone cold sober.
I know. Well, that I think that's part of it, though, man. Like, he wants to feel like how he did when he was drunk and shit. Like, he wants to get that feeling.
Maybe so, man. But he is just a fucking lunatic, and I know that we've gone back and forth on Moxley over the years, but he's been an absolute essential part of AEW, and that's not to be denied.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. All right, so the main event here, we had Kyle Fletcher going up against Hangman Adam Page for the world title. Just a great fucking match. I'm not gonna lie to you, I left Drew's a little bit early, because I had ordered food, and I missed the end of this match. But I just kind of, it was right by the end, so I just figured that Page was going to do something and retain the title, and that's what happened. But this was an amazing showing by Kyle Fletcher. I think he is a future world champion. What did you make of the comments of like Page being like, he was throwing some shade at Fletcher? Did you notice that? Did you read that?
No, I didn't catch that. I just know that this was a beautifully crafted main event.
Yeah.
Hangman.
I think it was in storyline he was throwing shade at.
Oh, I'm sure. Hanger doesn't strike me as a troublemaker in that regard. Mm-hmm. No, this was just a really fun, really well done main event, and Kyle Fletcher proved again that he belongs, and it's just been a pleasure to watch his growth since the Indies in England to now. It's been unfortunate that his tag team days kind of got cut short because I really loved Aussie Open, but if he hasn't blossomed in the meantime, I don't know who has.
Yeah, man, it's a tough pill to swallow because, as you know, like I was the biggest Aussie Open fan, and I so looked forward to them having this legendary run in the AEW tag division, but things just happen for a reason. Kyle Fletcher is really that talented. He has the classic saying of the cream has risen to the top. He has done so, and let's not ruin a good thing. Like he should just continue on this path that he's on, and the guy's really figuring it out.
He can take that TNT title and just elevate it, and then ultimately drop it and come back to the world title picture down the line and win it. I don't think, like Hangman said, I don't think he was ready yet.
That's the shade I was talking about.
Yeah. I genuinely believe that, and that's not a shot at him. I just think that a little bit more time, a little bit more seasoning, and I think he could be a really formidable world champion.
Yes. Agreed. So overall, I thought this show, I'd give it, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. Like I thought it was an amazing AEW show. It was. I don't know if it was the best AEW show of the year, but there wasn't anything that I didn't really enjoy.
No, I fully enjoyed every match. I've watched it twice. There was a couple of low points. One being the Eddie Kingston finish, obviously.
Mhm.
I guess that's the only real true low point. But no, I enjoyed the show. I'm very intrigued to see what's upcoming on Dynamite. Tony Khan apparently has an announcement, so we'll see what that is.
That used to happen every week.
I know. I missed the Tony Khan announcement days. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, I think the fact that we've seen less of Tony Khan on AEW TV has overall been a positive. If he shows up like infrequently like this, I don't mind it at all.
Sometimes I love his autistic ass on my TV. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, the homie needs to lay off the Tylenol. Seriously.
Too soon?
I mean, today. Of course, just, to clarify for everyone listening, Tylenol does not cause autism. I mean, anyone who actually thinks that is a fucking moron.
This world is going to shit.
Yeah.
It's a good thing wrestling's cool.
Yeah, wrestling is cool. So, guys, just, I say this at the end, but keep watching wrestling. It's going to maintain your sanity. All right. So, as always, guys, follow us on Instagram at Smarknado, Twitter at Smarknado1. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, and go check out our QR code right there. Okay. You see that? That's where all our shit is. And it looks like we are joined by Lincoln, the baby.
Lincoln, the baby, is here.
And Dan.
It's got a hell of a gimmick
for us.
Nothing. Just like I said at the top of the show, check out my my ice cream page, Society of Scoop, on Instagram. That's about all that I have to promote, other than my handsome young man here. And stay fresh, cheese bags.
Keep watching